Hey guys, welcome to the series of videos where we'll be discussing a lot about mathematics. In the first set of videos, let's focus on your first chapter, that's real numbers. Before we could go on and discuss more about the real numbers, let's have a recapitulation of what was already discussed in class 9 related to this chapter. So I'm going to call this part of the video as recap of concepts taught in class 9. This comes primarily from the chapter named number systems. Number system. This was the first chapter you'll have started off with. To begin with, the first thing that you all were taught was the concept of the number line. What is the number line? The number line is basically a line pointing out in two directions. So let me draw a line over here. A line pointing in both directions with a reference point that we usually give 0 or also call it the origin. And if we move to the right, all numbers falling to the right of my reference point are positive in nature, and all those that fall to the left of this reference point, the origin, are negative. Now, what use is this number line? I can plot any number on this number line. Namely, I could plot numbers which are natural, that is the natural numbers. I could plot whole numbers. I could also plot something that you have already learned called the integers. The integers. After you all were introduced to the concept of natural numbers, whole numbers and integers, you all also came across numbers that are called rational and irrational numbers. Now all these numbers that we just talked about, natural and whole numbers, integers, rational and irrational numbers, can all be plotted on this number line. Thereafter, you were also introduced to the concept of decimals. Remember, in lower classes, you all have learned the idea of short division and long division. So when we do long division and do not stop at the remainder, we try to introduce a decimal, right? So decimals can further be of two kinds. They could be terminating in nature, terminating decimals, or non-terminating decimals. Non-terminating decimals. Well, it doesn't just stop at this point. Non-terminating decimals can again further be of two kinds. They could either be recurring decimals, or non-recurring decimals. The word recurring over here in both these words is nothing but repeating or non-repeating decimals. Yeah, so that is what recurring means. So this was basically what you all were taught in your class 9 related to number systems, which lays the foundation of the concepts that you'll be discussing, or rather working upon in your class 10 to broaden your horizon about real numbers. So we'll have a look at more about these topics that you have already come across in class 9 in the next 2-3 videos. Stay tuned for more videos from LabTurtle and see you in the next.